reparations. They have to stop giving us excuses, stop giving us reasons. Every single time something else happens, they can fund it. Our reparations went to Ukraine, 55 billion worth. And the reason they get away with it is because they come to these council meetings, they come to this state capitol, and nobody knows what lobby day is. They think it's just a day where a bunch of white people come with guns. No! This is a day you can literally talk to your elected official face to face, not on Twitter, not on Facebook. You can talk to them right there and tell them what you want. But it starts locally, in your local city. You do have to go to the city council meeting. You do have to go to the school board meeting. And then you take it to the state. And then you take it to the federal. So we out here making sure we educating our people, making sure they're not able to do shady business in here behind our faces, and making sure they're getting outside reparations.
To bring it back home to the community, what I learned, and to help each other grow and stuff like that. So I just wanted to...
Black power! Black power! Black power! Let's be real about it. In the case when it comes to talking about reparations, everybody got reparations but us. Everybody got reparations but the slaves, or the freed slaves, the freed. Everybody got reparations. The plantation owners, the slave owners, they got reparations when they lost the right to have slaves. Historic fact, look it up. The Japanese, after the bombing, they got reparations. But yet, still, today, we do not have reparations. The Jews, or the so-called Jews. That's right, I said so-called Jews. I don't care how you feel about it. The so-called Jews got reparations from the U.S. and Germany and other countries as well. But you continue to deny reparations to the very people who built this nation, built this country from the foundation up. You weren't on the plantations picking the cotton. You weren't picking the indigo or treating the indigo or tobacco or any of the other commodities. That was us. We served your wars, your Revolutionary War, your 1812, your Civil War, your Spanish-American War, World War I and World War II, coincidentally that still saw black officers lynched in uniform, court-martialed in uniform, after so-called dying for this so-called country.
I trained on the land with
And still, no reparations. You gave reparations to every other people, but the black man and the black woman. Coincidentally, your mother and father. Because we are your parents in a sense. The cradle of life started with us, and it continues with us. Reparations is just one of the subjects that we want to talk about.
People treat other people. Right. Once it goes left, then that's
the second issue.
Different conversation.
What's the governor's name? Governor Youngkin.
He came out here for this.
I call him Weird Al Yankovic because that's who he reminds me of. This is a message specifically to you, to the governor of Virginia. And I want everyone to hear me clearly. You want to whitewash our history. You want to take MLK, you want to take slavery out the history books. You want to completely whitewash our history. Fine, you want to whitewash our history? We'll make your history infamous. In every way, shape, form, or fashion. Where you try to hide your history, you hide behind lies. You hide behind justification. But if you want to whitewash our history, we will broadcast on every end of the spectrum to make sure that your bloody history will be told the truth. What you did to the black man and black woman. What you did to the red man and his people. What you did to the Asian. And yes, what you did to the so-called so-called Jews too. Neo-Nazis started here in America way before Germany. In fact, Adolf Hitler learned much more from watching the U.S. and how the U.S. treated black people, treated Native Americans, the black, the brown man. Germany got it from the U.S. Just several issues. We're not going to rest. We're not going to sugarcoat shit. We're not going to hide behind lies like you do. But it's more than just reparations. Again, you try to take our history. We will show every inch of your history. All the colonization, all the murder, the plantations, the tortures that you inflicted on the plantations, and the same things that you do then that you do today, but try to hide behind. Everything will be exposed. You try to take our history, we'll put your history on Front Street. Quantified immunity. Officers who kill our men. Officers who kill our women. Officers who kill our elderly, our children. Those who can't defend ourselves. But get off. How many brothers and sisters must lose? To my black men, how many daughters must you lose to this oppressor? To our black women, how many sons must you lose to this oppressor? Before we say no more. Every drop of blood you have taken from our people, we coming back for everything you owe. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Freedom of death. Freedom of death. And death over bondage. Death over bondage.
What's cracking? What's cracking, nigga? Nothing. That's what's cracking. My pussy is what's cracking. It's Jafari 757.
Check, check. We gotta give y'all the history of Virginia and why reparations should start right here and not in California. In 1619, the first Africans were brought to America, to Fort Monroe, right there in Hampton, where BLM757 is birthed from. From those 20 or some odd Africans came everything with pigment here in America. It was a Portuguese slave ship. From those 20, some odd, we grew from literally the ground up. Our ancestors came over here on that boat not knowing where they came, stolen from their home, before technology, in another world. And from those 20 and some odd came us. So while we out here, have to be out here on MLK Day, how could our ancestors go through what we went through? Literally from the bottom, had us on the bottom of boats, knocking our teeth out when we wouldn't eat. It started in Virginia. It's gonna have to end in Virginia. Yes, we got Juneteenth, recognized as a state holiday, paid holiday, but that's admittance of the fact that you owe something, you had to free us. So we treat this like an insurance policy. This is backlog over 400 years. Land, monetary, our own space, our own government. No other country is ran by a face that doesn't look like the country's face. There should be a red man, honestly, running America. It should not be faced by an oppressor that knows they've done wrong for over 400 years and they are still the face of the country and they're still putting their knees on our necks. They don't care about none of this no more. They just tased and killed another black man and he was the co-founder's cousin. They don't care about none of that. This is the only thing, this is why you have to protect the Second Amendment. Nothing is going to protect us in Virginia from the KKK, from a crooked society, and from a tyrannical government. So that's why BLM757 is be like Malcolm, be like Martin. Change may take 7 days, 5 years, and 7 centuries, but change will come. Our ancestors waited a long time to get to this point, and how can we not honor them by continuing to fight? They get away with shit because they do this behind these doors, and we're not educated on the process. Tweeting them is not going to do nothing. I mean, we say vote is not going to do nothing, but if you're not going to vote, you still got to pressure them. One way or another, you got to get involved. their life happens behind these doors on these days. And the reason why you call them, or whoever them is, they push their agenda because they come and sit behind these doors and listen to the BS. It takes 1, 2 signatures sometimes because there's nobody else in there opposing them. You gotta oppose them. You gotta really tell them what you want. Twittering about it, getting views on your TikTok talk is not gonna do it. You gotta put plan in action. Boots to ground. It's your kids out here. It's my kids out here. If you got children, it's your nieces and nephews that gotta grow up in these streets. We can't just keep telling them, oh, we don't know, oh, it'll get better. No, it's not. And that's why we gotta be out here and be the face of it. Not another generation is gonna go through this. We ended these generational curse on the back of our ancestors. If we would have been doing this in the 60s, that wasn't that long ago. We could have crosses burned in front of our houses. They couldn't travel like we doing. We gotta honor our ancestors in any and everything. And we need our reparations for what they've been through to make sure our generation has their land and their space and their opportunity. Black Cloud.
That was really hot. I didn't know we were going to. You guys feel like.
Check, check. Check, check. Make sure everybody. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. We see y'all up there. Black excellence is here. MLK Day. Just want to let y'all know on behalf of us and the ancestors, we out here to fight for our reparations. HR 40. We want to push that bill to the front. There's so many issues that come in and out of these state lines, and they never want to talk about reparations. And the reason they're not doing that is because it's not an issue to them. Reparations affects everybody who looks like me. Our ancestors fought and died over 400 years, and we're the only ones not to claim our reparations. Virginia is the birthplace of slavery. Virginia is the birthplace of the Confederacy. And so this is where it should have to begin. California should not be the forefront of it. Yes, we got Juneteenth. Yes, we have our state holiday and now national holiday. But now that means that they owe us. They know that they owe us, and they're making Juneteenth a national holiday. That's admittance of liability. Over 400 years worth. We're not just talking monetary. We don't just want free money. It was already promised. 40 acres and a mule was literally already promised. But we're not here just to go on a tangent. HR 40 is a real bill. It's in Congress right now. Whoever your elected official is had since 2020 to push this forward. It's 2023. So whoever got elected the last term didn't run off of reparations. Whoever got elected the last 2 terms didn't run off reparations. They pushed Roe v. Wade down your throat, and they pushed those issues, and they pushed Ukraine down your throat. You would literally think those are the only 2 issues. But we're also pushing for the Cody Alert to help find missing children. The Amber Alert has failed. We've seen that because 4-year-old Cody Bixby has been missing since February 1st of last year. No Amber Alert has been issued. So many other children have been missing since then with no Amber Alert. Yes, we understand it can cabal the system. So the Cody Alert will strategically put things in locality. So if you live in a local area, you're a parent, you say my child is missing, there's a small alert to your local area until it's deemed that they are missing. But kids just can't keep going missing and no alert. It notifies about everything. You get your ESPN Sports app. You already know if a child goes missing in your area. These are things, literal things that we need to push to the forefront. Our babies up there matter. We just had to have a visual yesterday because a 6-year-old shot his teacher at Richmond Elementary School in Newport News, Virginia. How is a 6-year-old? The climate we're in, take it to there. We have to have conversation. We got to open up the narrative. But we need solutions from our local governor. Thank you, I forgot my son.
Now my comrade here mentioned MLK, and rightly so, it's his birthday, or the day after his birthday. But I'm going to address some more truth for you. The stuff that y'all don't want to hear. The stuff that y'all don't want to talk about. Now it's funny, it's actually hilarious that every time a black man comes with a gun, be it 1 or 2 or 10, look at the response. Go ahead, look at the response. But yet, when the oppressor does it, when the Caucasian does it, you may show a little watchful eye, but that's about it. What about us is it that you fear so much? Anybody? Well, since y'all don't want to speak up, I'm going to let you know what it is you fear about us. You fear that due to the past 500 years of history, once we unify, that we would do the same thing to you, what you did to us. And it's funny, a lot of officers are standing out here. I have one request. Take a gander at the little badge on your chest. See, most of the time that little badge y'all be wearing is a star. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it not a star? Y'all might be rocking a shield today, but most of the time when we see officers like you all, y'all rocking that star. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right? Let's talk about that star. That star came from the slave catchers on the plantations. I'll say it again, it came from the slave catchers. From those plantations where people were only fighting for their lives, only fighting for their freedom. But yet today, you deny us reparations, but want to hold on to that same badge, to that same star that would put us in bondage. That same star that most of us saw, most of our ancestors saw at the end of a rope, or in front of a firing squad, or other tools, or dogs, hoses. This is the kind of stuff y'all co-sign on. Never again. See, my brother wants to come out here and talk about MLK. I understand. He also mentioned Brother Malcolm, master teacher, Brother Malcolm. Today, I'm not feeling MLK, and I'm not feeling Brother Malcolm. If he's coming to you in the spirit of MLK, I'm coming to you in the spirit of Huey P. I'm coming to you in the spirit of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. I'm coming to the spirit of you, the New Black Panther Party. I'm coming to the spirit of Fred Hampton Gun Club and to Fred Hampton himself and everyone else that you murdered. Again, like I said earlier, to the governor who wants to steal our history, wipe our history out, whitewash our history. You want to whitewash our history? We're going to make yours infamous. The only difference with us is we'll be telling truth. We'll talk about how you cannibalized slaves after you lynched them, how you would play with their nether regions and body parts, how you used children, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some of the kids that you see walking around here now. Let's talk about how you used to use them for alligator bait. Let's talk about how you used to skin black men and black women and wear them for clothes, for shoes, for wallets, for belts. But that's the history you want to hide. We don't give a damn about Caucasian frailty. You want to tell the truth, tell the whole truth. Like you say in the court of law, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But when it comes to y'all's history, when it comes to other people's history, you lie between your teeth. Ain't no tiptoe around no damn tulips. Ain't no gaslight, ain't no sugarfoot. I'm here to tell it like it is. Let's be real honest. You hide behind your blue wall. You hide behind your badges. You hide behind the police force. And police force that coincidentally, if you were black, will kill you just as quick as they will kill one of us. We've seen it. We've seen it in places like D.C., where black officers have been killed by their own comrades, by other officers. But yet, y'all turn a blind eye. You whitewash our history, and we'll expose every inch, every nook, and every cranny of your history, and expose it for the fullest, and expose it to the truth that it is. You like to whitewash the black man's history. You like to whitewash the red man's history. That ends today. It ends now. This is to the governor. Again, you whitewash our history. We'll make sure we put yours on blast in every way, shape, form, and fashion. And the most interesting thing is we'll be telling the truth. Not a system of lies like you want our children to believe, like you wanted us to believe growing up in school. Black power. Black power.
Check. Another issue we do want to address, because we do like to educate. The Ashanti Alert is a bill that was signed into law over 4 years ago now. And this alert is to help find missing adults, ages 18 to 64. It was birthed from Ashanti Billy going missing from Virginia Beach. So they have these active things in place. It was literally signed into law by the president at the time. Why are they not taking priorities on missing people? With all the human trafficking, a simple alert that is already signed into law makes you question the birthplace of slavery, the birthplace of trafficking. Would not want to implement a bill to help people stop going missing. Who's making them go missing? Is it the ones with all the firearms and technology? Why do all of our cases go unsolved?
Do absolutely nothing.
Because they don't give a damn. Do they investigate when our children go missing? No. Case in point, Cody Bixby has been missing for almost a year, and he's not worthy of the Amber Alert. Why? These matters are important. We are no longer ignorant Negroes.
Reparations in Virginia.
Reparations now, HR 40. Talk about it. It's already in your bill. It's already in your paperwork. This is not something you have to fight for. It's literally already passed the state and the Senate. But we need one of you brave congressmen or women to push it to the front. Y'all scared of backlash? We got your back.
How you doing, bud? You've been here plenty of times. I just want to let you know this area is all permitted areas. Have no people. You guys want to slide over to the sidewalk or out on Main Street, but we just want to be fair with everybody that did take out a permit today. You guys can go on that sidewalk over there. I appreciate that. We just want to be fair to really not permits and stuff like that. Okay. Thank you.
What's the permitted areas? That way we can be in compliance with the law.
So right,
make sure that
no, that's fine. I get you. So right now, the sidewalks are okay on that side of the street. Anything in this area here, the roadways, around Capitol Square.
That's another case in point, but for right now, we're going to do that thing right here. We're going to talk about that later.
But like I said, you can always go to the website.
Make sure y'all get this evidence of discrimination
Bank Street, these streets right here, and the sidewalks on that street are permitted areas. So this is really kind of the only safe zone right now.
okay, so sidewalk, no streets.
So no sidewalks on that side and that side, but this sidewalk's okay over here.
Okay, so
If you guys just scoot over a little bit there, you guys are good all over there.
okay, so no sidewalk
No
over
sidewalks
here.
over there.
What about down here on this right hand corner?
No sidewalks over
No
there.
sidewalk over there either.
No,
So
but
this
you can either go across the street, stay right over here, or anywhere on the opposite side.
So this block all the
You
way
guys
down.
are good right over here on the sidewalk, correct?
So all the way. What about on this
If
corner
you go to
down?
Main Street, you're good over there.
Okay, all right.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna see you. I gotta go to my office. All right, heard me?
What did you say?
I said I'll see you. I gotta go to my office.
When's this open back up? Are y'all going back in there?
No, there's committee meetings going on in there. You're able to go in.
So, are you going to support reparations? HR 4?
So it's not even filed. I don't even know. Like, you try to look it up. It's not filed. Who's sponsoring it?
This all we do is a study of reparations. It's really supposed to be all the way.
It went through already.
Yeah.
Oh, like last
Such
year.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
been sitting and like nobody's pushing it forward, and so it's a study of it, and so it's literally to build the study. So if it could be pushed forward, just to open the conversation, like it's the study. We have so many universities here that could study it. It's not no sweat off nobody's back. Get HU, NSU, ODU, VSU, VCU to study it, make it a contest or whatever, and to see what it would look like. And then that, that's and it's already, like I said, it's already, viewed federal. It's like I said, if you look it up, in the center.
all right. Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it. So, all right. Yeah, we'll look it up.
When will y'all be back in?
In there, only people who have to go to committee will be in there.
Are you willing to be a patron of reparations in Virginia?
I'd have to see the what exactly.
So basically, the fight for reparations. So we could actually have VCU commission a study, right? Just like HR 40 is supposed to do, we could have VCU commission a study in Virginia and then introduce it into law right here in Virginia. and you could patron this whole thing. Are you willing to do that?
Well, I need to see exactly the terms.
Okay,
we gotta
so-
see where the money comes from and everything. So,
Right.
but-
Well, see where the money comes for the commission of the study of reparations.
so you're talking about the study.
The study, right?
Okay.
Because that's what HR 40 is. HR 40 is at the federal level. It's the study to find out who would benefit from reparations and who was affected by reparations. I'm sorry, by slavery. Who would benefit from reparations and who was affected by slavery. So we need to commission that study at the federal level, but we also need to commission it here in the state level, because if we commission it here at the state level, the other states will follow suit. And so what we're out here right now, we're advocating for reparations right now. Right? So the only way reparations can happen right now is by a study actually being commissioned, and then we say who's
Reparations now.
we can see who's been affected. And Virginia could be the first people to do that. And I mean, we spearhead everything else. So we can do that now.
Well, I don't have problems with study, so I can see what I can do about that. Now I don't know about this year because every last one of us are full of bills.
Okay.
So that would have to come to us before.
But you're willing to be the patron a study at the state level for reparations, for like something similar to HR 40.
Yeah, I'm willing to come down with partners and see if we can do that. So I have no problem with study.
Yeah, I should call those in the building.
Whoa!
My name is Lawrence West. I'm BLM757, and we'll be contacting you shortly about working on that. All right? Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
So we holding it down. Hey, you gotta start rolling on
Absolutely.
I
definitely
don't, but I do have
I'm talking about trying to put a tournament in like February 1st.
do this.
Yeah, because if it's gonna take like 6 months.
Yeah,
There you go. I can try and push it, quicker, but yeah.
Let's do dinner or something.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Or
All right.
lunch, whichever. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I'm being in the office.
Okay.
All right.
AC Cordoza, he's in the district I grew up in. 249 feet. He got court.
He's a state rep, right? Basically, that you just spoke to.
Yeah, House Delegate AC Cordoza.
Yeah. Republican, right?
Yes. He,
That was-
he and Winston Sears came to our second Juneteenth celebration at Fort Monroe. Went the year they were running, and it was a race, and they supported us as they were running, and they've been in contact with us since they've been in office. And as you see, that conversation, there's a conversation, so that's why we don't, we do. That's why we're here, and him, being able to have a conversation with him. That's why we like to have these type of expansions, because it's not about party lines. Like, who's gonna do what we need them to do when we need them to do it? That's what I elected officials.
So you're happy with how that conversation went?
Yes, because I know he's a man of his word, and what he says he actually does. So some of these other politicians leave you on read.
What are you doing from here? Are you continuing to do the reparations rally, or?
Yes, and then like I said, this other group, they're coming here. It's actually it'll be Advocacy Day, so we'll be assisting them with Advocacy Day, and being here in the spirit of MLK. Like I said, these brothers came here from out of state and out of areas, and make sure it's known. Reparations. We need reparations. Is that the good mayor? That's not the mayor. That's Lawrence, help me out. Which one is that? Lawrence, who's that? That ain't Stoney, is it? Nah. All of our state delegates in support of reparations, and also to sign the Cody Alert. If you have a cellular device and you type in Cody Alert, CODIALERT, we have a change.org with over 10,000 signatures. The Cody Alert is an alert to help find missing children, because the Amber Alert is failing our children. This is something we can all get together on. There shouldn't be so many missing people. It's kind of like people are missing. They're kind of like, they just counted as just a number. These are real lives, real families of missing children and adults. And there needs to be an alert system. There's no reason the child should be missing for over a year and is not alerted.
Hey, brother, be more specific back to
Black women and children go missing at the most alarming rate. But all of a sudden when the other persuasion goes missing, all of a sudden it's an issue, it's an alert.
What my man is trying to say here is that the Amber Alert fails black men, women, and children, or black children. Caucasian come up missing. Y'all got Amber Alerts. Alerts all over social media, television, radio. Flash warning about an Amber Alert. Posted on interstate highways. Little Trevor, little Becky gets missing. You know. Y'all seem to find those real quick or put in the effort to find those. ASAP. Let little Jaheem get missing. Let little Aisha get missing. Gotta wait 24 hours, 48 hours. And then on top of that, the Amber Alert wants to put so much red tape when it comes to our people missing. And not just our children. When our sisters get snatched up from these grocery stores, these gas stations, from Walmarts, from Sam's Club, wherever, they get nothing. Not even a whisper. But again, let a Caucasian woman get missing. She got a movie on Lifetime. I'll say it again, she gets a whole movie on Lifetime. She gets Unsolved Mysteries. She gets plastered all over television, all over social media, all over the radio. But yet one of ours gets missing. You don't hear, you hear crickets. That's all you hear. But you want us to believe that this system that you all hide behind is fair and just. You want us to believe that this system is equal. You want us to believe that justice is blind. That justice wears a blindfold, like she doesn't see race, color, creed, and in some instances, religion. Y'all gotta be doing better than this. Because your wall of lies are tumbling down and coming to an end. We're not the same generation. We're not the same black man and black woman of the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. We're not the same ones who let vicious four-legged dogs be sicked on by vicious two-legged dogs. We're not here to present ourselves in front of fire hoses. We're not going to sit here with our hands interlocked on our heads. We're not here to say we can't breathe. You want peace? Give us a reason to be peaceful. You love to talk about black on black crime, but don't want to address cop on black crime. You want to talk about the drug rate, the gun rate, but you don't want to talk about how you're putting guns in black communities, hoping that they will kill each other. You talk about drugs when you were the ones who put the drugs in our communities to begin with, hoping that we would kill each other over. Don't you see how all these things connect? Yes, we have our issues. Every race of people has their issues. But most of our issues stem from the oppressor. Let's be real about it. Let's be truthful about it. Let's be blatantly honest. Most, 90% of our shit or our issues come because of what you have put in our neighborhoods, in our communities. Your redlining districts. how you continue to deny us reparations, though you gave everybody else reparations. Even the slave master got reparations. Now what kind of stuff is that? But yet you feel we are undeserving after we built a nation 500 years, 400 years, 300 years. Even to this day, we're still building your country. But yet, you still fail to see us. The ancestors have already said it. Spiritual readers have already said it. Oh no. There we go. The ancestors have already said it. Spiritual readers have already said it. Even Mother Nature has already said it. That your time comes to an end. And your end is coming real soon. Back to your lives. You want our people to believe everything great that has ever been accomplished was accomplished by your people. You want us to believe that you built the pyramids. Pyramids that took sometimes 30 years to build. In the hot, blistering heat and other conditions in deserts. When y'all can't stand on the beach for 20 minutes to build a sandcastle. But y'all want to whitewash our history. You still continue to feed us lies, feed our children, our grandchildren lies. Again, that comes to an end. Reparations now. Critical race theory, just truth, black history and truth now. Black power.
What we also have to do is make sure our children are used to and seeing firearms in a responsible way. We keep seeing these videos where they're training their children at these young ages to be able to handle it. They have to be ready for anything as well, unfortunately. Think about realistic situations. If your child finds a firearm in the middle of the street, do they know what to do? Will they pick it up? Will they play with it? These are realistic questions that we have to ask in the society that we live in. So that's why the firearm presence is necessary. That's why teaching our children how to handle firearms is necessary. Unfortunately, we don't live in a peaceful society. Unfortunately, you may have to protect yourself. Nobody wants to be in that situation. But if your child finds himself in that situation, even if it's just so simple as finding one and not picking it up and testing it the wrong way, we see so many accidental shootings, even as a responsible gun ownership. Locking it away, knowing where it is. They know where and why it is, the power of it. It's like martial arts. You don't want to teach them to fight because that's what it is. You want to teach them to fight to be able to defend themselves. These are what they're teaching their people, and that's why these different laws make a difference. We hear all the time on the news. They do their own narrative. They'll say teen found with gun. But realistically, if you're the age of 18 in the state of Virginia, you can legally have a firearm. And if you just so happen to have it in reach, when your life is in danger, you can use it. But that comes with knowledge. Knowledge of the law. What you can and can't do. Again, unfortunately, we do not live in a peaceful society. We have a situation, Lieutenant Nazario, This is even putting law enforcement. Is law enforcement more powerful than the U.S. military? This man was pulled over in uniform, full uniform, and was pepper sprayed and dragged out of his vehicle and not told what was going on. There is a federal trial going on right now, right around the corner, and the jury is in deliberation for now the second day. Does your badge mean more than America? So all eyes need to be open to this case because the trajectories are enormous. Do you back the blue or do you back the military who protects us? He was coming home from drill. He was coming home from serving his country. He was coming from drill. And he was pulled out of his car and pepper sprayed. You already know what we're talking about, Slick Rick.
Your pants tight too.
Don't nobody care about no blue.
Rick Flair Daddy. That's what he was saying. That's what we can't have. He literally just said that law enforcement has more authority than the U.S. military. So this is a question we like to talk to y'all cops because rather y'all listening or not, the beauty of these bullhorns, you hear my words. So you have to go to sleep and think about these things. Would you have pepper sprayed that fully in uniform lieutenant? He wasn't just a private, he was a lieutenant and still a lieutenant. Would you have pepper sprayed him when all he was doing was asking what was going on? They escalated a routine traffic stop to a felony traffic stop. And they did it to save syllables? They teach y'all what to say in these courtrooms and it's very dangerous. But we're depicting the code. You can't keep hiding in the courtrooms and in your state capitals and in your city council meetings and your school board meetings because we're not aware. We're well aware. And we're here to let you know that we are aware, that you're aware. And we're aware of the laws. And if you violate, we know the laws to what we can do to tyrannical governments. It's in the Constitution. It's not a threat. It's in the good old American book. What can happen to tyrannical government? It's in the Constitution. Y'all gotta ask me what I'm saying. So whose side are you on? Are you on the side of the people or are you on the side of a badge that gives you power? And I'll go deeper and then we'll get out of here. If you're wearing that badge because you were bullied when you were growing up, we love you. Let that hurt go. You're projecting your insecurities on the innocent. Reparations now. Are any of these elected officials coming out? We want to make sure y'all pushing HR 40, bring them to the front. We're not taking no more pictures. We're not setting no more. We're not endorsing no more candidates. If you can't get behind reparations. Reparations? We should be the forefront. We should be moving the needle. We're not asking who, it's us. Do you stand for reparations?
Reparations in Virginia.
Do y'all stand for reparations?
We can get a bill that looks just like HR 40 happening right here in Virginia. We don't have to wait for HR 40 at the federal level. We can do it right here in Virginia.
I'm getting ready to make y'all's ass cheeks clench. My brother wants to talk about constitutional law. Let's talk about constitutional law. Let's address some real facts. It's true that if you don't read a book, you won't know the knowledge. We all know this, regardless of what side of the issue you follow. So let's talk about some constitutional law and some real facts. All y'all wearing a badge? Ain't no such thing as police. That's right, I said it. Ain't no such thing as police. Police stopped in 1930. All of y'all is another form of the SS. Law enforcement, true law enforcement, what we call police officers, stopped at 1930. From 1930 on, there's no such thing as law enforcement or what we call police officers. Again, don't take my word for it. Pick up a book. Read it for yourself. You want to talk about constitutional law. Now, when we came up here, you presented a little paper of what we could do and what we couldn't do. You want to talk about constitutional law? Constitutional law states that there can be no mandates. Constitutional law states that anything outside the Constitution, any laws, what you call mandates, if it's contrary to the Constitutional, the law is false. It means nothing. The people are not obligated to follow it. And again, this is constitutional law. Y'all want to talk about y'all law enforcement? Enforce the law like you're supposed to, not what you just want to follow. Again, any information I say, you can easily pick up a book and follow and find the information that I'm giving. And that's just fact. But again, since y'all been founded on nothing but lies anyway, you will always lie to the people. Any merit that you can use to get over on the people, y'all are going to do it. Again, people, know your constitutional rights. They get scared when we start talking about constitutional rights. They get scared when we talk about constitutional law. And I have proven that for myself. When you know the law, when you can articulate the law, when you can use the law, how y'all say it? You have a good day, sir. And I have proven this fact so many times, over and over again. So anything that we do further from here will again be constitutional law. And if you uphold law, the constitutional law is the highest law of the land, meaning that you are obligated to follow it. Just like judges, they are obligated to uphold constitutional law. Not just little fraudulent laws that you like to throw in front of our faces because you're scared when black people get armed, or you're scared when brown people get armed, or you're scared when the red man gets armed. But yet it's okay when little Jimmy goes to a school armed and shoots up a school. It's okay in y'all's eyes. Y'all don't enforce the same laws that you do on us. Again, if you want to uphold the law in its truest form. Constitutional law outrides any mandate or any other thing that y'all want to implement or try to throw in our way. And again, everything I say, look it up for yourself. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Book.
Everyone is super offended that I'm talking. So crackhead party. I'm talking about the light skin privilege, and then there's a dark skin privilege, and people are getting upset. I don't know. They did this a second ago. They were so mad at that. There's nothing. There's no. Wait. What did black people? Isn't there like something with dark skin and light skin? Not saying that I believe it. I'm not saying that I believe and hold these truths. But I think there's something.
So I served for this country in the U.S. Army.
I'm not, of course I don't believe that.
I know a lot of you over there standing behind those badges and those hats also served in the military as well. My question is, when you come home, why do you treat the people here that you went overseas to protect, foreign and domestic, when you come home, you terrorize the exact same people that you swore to protect? You come back with PTSD, traumatized, and forget that the people on this land stood behind you, supported you, wanted you to come home, missed you, and then you come back here and you mistreat the same people that you went overseas to protect. I understand that there's a code because I understood the code when I was in the military as well. The code was to protect your battle buddy, the one standing to your left and to your right. When I was in Iraq, I couldn't understand what the whole war was really about. No one actually explained it to me. No one actually told me what we was there for. All I knew was I was trying to get home to my family and protect the brothers and sisters standing next to me. Now, I understand that that similar code has been passed down to law enforcement here as well. Protect your battle buddy, the one standing to your left and to your right. Even if you don't understand the reason why you're protecting your battle buddy standing to your left and your right, you just want to make it home. But where's the humanity? Overseas, a lot of soldiers forgot what they was fighting for before they forgot what they was fighting for. Meaning, they got over there and lost themselves. They started throwing waters off the back of the 5 tons, teasing the kids, all different types of stuff like that, stealing, and they became corrupt. They didn't go over there and uphold the Army Creed. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. So I want to ask you, law enforcement that's standing over there right now, have you forgotten what you stood up for? Have you forgotten the oaths that you have taken to the point where you have lost your own humanity? When you stop people and you pull them over, remember, they're still human beings trying to make it home just like you. And if you're scared, take off that fucking badge and go the fuck home and do something else with your life. I understood what I signed up for when I joined the Army. I understood. So don't tell me, oh, I was scared, I didn't know what to do, so I pulled the trigger. Discipline. Some of y'all wouldn't even make it in the Army. That's why you joined the police, because you weren't built for it. If you joined the Army, half of y'all wouldn't even make it. You wouldn't. The mental fortitude that you have to take while you're in the military, I guarantee you it's nothing like being in the police department. Nothing. What I'm asking, what we are all asking, especially black people, brown people, some of our poor white people, are asking that you don't forget who you said that you said you are when you took that badge on and when you took that oath. Treat people how you want to be treated. Because remember, when you take that badge off, you're a regular person. When you get pulled over, you got little privileges where you can say, hey, I'm an officer, and they might treat you a little bit different. How about get pulled over, don't tell them that you're an officer, and see how you get treated. See how you get treated without telling them that you're an officer. Treat people with respect and humanity. That's what we're asking. We are human beings before we're anything else. America started putting colors on people. We didn't see color. Nobody saw color until y'all started putting color on different people. Afro, mulatto, all of that good stuff. We didn't see color. We were just human beings. Getting along, loving each other, until somebody decided to come up with this whole thing called race. Latino, all of that good stuff. We are humans before we are anything else. So remember that when you pull people over and you start searching them and doing unconstitutional searches, doing things, making up your own laws and different things like that, make sure that you are remembering that these are human beings. I'm going to keep saying this over and over and over until y'all get it into your head. We are human beings. Human beings. What I want to understand is this. Why is it that when you put that badge on, you feel like you got power? May not be all of you, but some of you do. Why do you feel like you're a super human when you put that badge on. I don't feel like I'm superhuman when I put all this gear on. I feel like this is normal. This is how everybody should be, in my opinion, because people like you or law enforcement who are corrupt and people in society, we have to protect ourselves against it. I should not walk out my house fearing the police. I should not. I should have a good rapport with law enforcement, but unfortunately, when I look at you, I don't see myself. All I see is white, 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 white in every last one of these fucking uniforms. Where's the diversity? Where's the diversity? Where's the more black officers out here? You know why there's not a lot of black officers? Because the system is fucked up. We don't want to join a corrupt system. Most of the black people out there that are black in the law enforcement, it takes them forever just to get promoted. How do I know this? Because I'm guaranteed you that the police is similar to the military. It took a long time for a lot of black people to get promoted within the military. Not because they want no good or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure that black cop up there checking and jiving for one of the white officers up there talking about something, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But you're one of them coons that kissed ass to get to where you was at. One of them coons that kissed ass so you can get promoted. That's all right. We get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. But you're not gonna change nothing in the system. You're not. I asked before, right? Why don't you arrest other officers in uniform for committing the same crime that one of us would commit? Why do you have to go through investigations and everything else like that and get other people to investigate you and you investigate yourselves? If one of the officers